Well, you know, Catrin Feelings, you know. That's actually why I named myself that, because I was just like, oh, you know, the boys in the DMs are Catrin Feelings for Catrin Feelings.
Do you get the straight guys?
Not as far as I'm aware. Truth be told, I think a lot of people that I get, I think they're just bots. But like, you know, they got a profile picture, so.
You on the grinder?
No.
No.
I'm scared of Grindr.
That'd be difficult now, especially with all the chasers. They're chasing that race.
Because, there are race chasers, yeah.
Fucking hell.
I know. Well, mind you, there's been a few, you know, it's always that thing of like, when you become a little famous, there's always people that switch up. Do you know what I mean? I've had a few of the exes in the DMs again, just being like, proud of you. I haven't spoken to you for 3 years.
IVTV, 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 Ivy, TV, IVTV.
Hi everyone, I am IVTV. No, hang on a second. Hi everyone, it's me, Ivy, bringing you Ivy TV, the podcast where Ivy do a TV. And I am so excited for my guest this week. I believe this is the 5th episode. And this guest, she's doing it. She's on Drag Race UK, season 7. You're still in the running.
Yes.
So you haven't been kicked off yet. Have you won a challenge yet?
I haven't.
No. We can get into that.
Not yet.
And, you know, you've been doing drag for a few years now. And I imagine it's a massive shift for you now to be launched into the public eye in this level. Tell me, what's going on with you right now? Like, how does everything feel being in that machine at the moment?
Well, the machine is the right word for it. It's very much just like this one huge, like, peiriant machine in Welsh. That's just like, you know, always like pumping out content, pumping out like social media stuff. Like I'm always on telly every Thursday night. It's very much like, you know, that engagement is all there. Like everyone's talking about me, like type of thing. So it's like, you know, it's been a roller coaster. I will say that. It has its ups, it has its downs, but I'm just taking it all in stride. Is that a saying? I don't know. We'll go for it.
It is.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
And I don't know if I've actually introduced the guest. I feel like I actually fucking haven't. But the guest we have this week is Catrin Feelings. You know her maybe from Drag Race, or you might know her from Hanch. She's been a star of Welsh young adult television and online content for the last few years now. She's been around the block.
She have.
So we're going to kind of get all the Drag Race stuff out of the way.
Fair.
Because for me and the podcast that I'm trying to do, it's really about getting to know the person behind the work.
Yeah.
And get a bit of a deeper sense of what it is that you do. We don't really know each other too well. We've got a lot of mutuals.
Yes.
We met, I believe it was, you came behind the scenes at one of the shows that we were doing.
The Halloween one, yes.
And you were dressed up as Agatha.
Agatha Harkness, that's the one. With a bleach blonde, yes.
Are we going to expect Agatha on Drag Race?
No, copyright. No. You can expect the wig, though.
Okay. Clear this up for me.
Go on.
I went on Reddit to do research for this, because I do prepare for...
Oh, I'm scared now, you've said Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit is the buzzword. You get given a stipend of $8,000.
Oh, you've seen that Reddit one? I know. I woke up that morning and my friend sent me like a Reddit post of Catrin Feelings, TikTok live, and I was just like, shit, what have I said? I didn't say anything too wrong. No, I don't think I've spoilt anything.
So, but you then, so it says, I don't know, you can confirm this rumour, the rumours, $8,000, then you spent £19,000 total.
I did.
Where did that money go?
That was a read. It went to wigs, outfits, shoes, jewellery, props. I did pay 1 month of rent. Where else did it go? Yeah, because I do look back and I'm just like, where did all that money go? Because I was in the full mindset of like, oh yeah, I can spend $8,000 and, you know, just use none of my money for Drag Race. No, I just kept spending. Do you know what a lot of it was? it was panic spending. I literally went on this one website that has like loads of already pre-styled wigs, and I just bought a lot of them. I didn't even use half of them. But I am grateful now because I get to use them now after the show. But yeah, outfits and wigs are not cheap. Or shoes. I stupidly, and this is a tip for whoever goes in the next season, don't buy shoes, just take 4 pairs of shoes, and when you get there, spray paint them. I spray painted a pair of shoes, Tyrus was spray painting this 1 pair of shoes every fucking episode. My thigh-high boots, I wore those God knows how many times. So yeah, I got that tip off Marmalade, I was on season 6. She literally took like 3 pairs of shoes and just spray painted them as she goes along. I literally bought so many shoes, didn't use any of them.
I imagine, is it quite difficult? I mean, what are the hours like, the work hours when you're filming Drag Race? I imagine it's every day, is it?
We have 1 day off a week, which is the Saturday. Excuse me. As for, do you know when you're there, the concept of time is just out the window because there's no clocks, there's no like no times or anything like that. We just don't know where we're at in the time zones. And all I can remember is that we'd wake up roughly 8ish a.m. in the morning. We'd get back to the hotel at night at like 10 p.m.-ish. So they're like very long days, but I wouldn't say that they work us to the bone. Like we have breaks, they come in and bring us like breakfast, lunch, dinner. So yeah, but then there's like times where we'll be like, okay, we've just done the challenge, now we've got to get a makeup, and they'll give us like an hour, which I can do easy. Most of the girls, no, they usually take about 3 hours, which I'm just like, how? Even the girls that wear less makeup than me, I'm just like, how? Which now, when I watch the season back, and I'm just like, I could have spent a little bit more time on my makeup.
I think you look great.
Thank you.
I think Tyrus got some sort of feedback about her dimensions.
Yes.
Did you get any kind of feedback from the judges at all over the course of the season where you were like, okay, I have to self-reflect here?
Do you know what? And like me and Bonnie spoke about this a while back, where with both of us, we were either high or safe. Oh, excuse me. Meaning that you don't get that many negative critiques, or like, you know, especially with me up until like now, episode 7. Excuse me.
You're gassy.
Jeez. Up until now,
One
season
chocolate
7.
breakfast.
It's the chocolate breakfast, and it's the special coat. She's coming back now. She's feeling special. Up until now, see episode 7, I was either safe or high. So I was always getting positive critiques. Or if I was safe, I wouldn't get any critiques. So up until this point, I was just like, oh, I think I'm doing fine. And they haven't really given me anything to work on. And then it's gone to this point where I haven't won any badges. And I'm just like, I need to know what I'm doing wrong. What can I do better? What can I do to like win that badge? So yeah, when I was there, I didn't really have anything to work with to be like, oh, I could do that better next week. Because like, I would have liked that challenge just to get that critique of like, well done, Catrin, you took our critiques. Here's a badge. But alas, I'm just too perfect for them. Do you know what I mean?
Why do you think that you haven't gotten a badge?
I don't know. There's a part of me that's just like, maybe it's the runway. Maybe my runways, you know, because it's a competition, you're compared against someone else. And especially in this last episode where me and Paige were both dressed as nutcrackers. Obviously, we were going to get compared to whose nutcracker was the best. It was obviously mine. So, yeah, there is that thing of like, say I'm in the top 2 with Bonnie for the past 2 times. She's in those challenges. I've always had the better outfit out of me and her. So I feel like it does come down to that. So if I were to go back, if I don't win, that is, I think I definitely would put a bit more effort into my outfits. Because the thing is with me, I went into it being like, I'm not a fashion queen. I'm not going to give you something Thank you.
Yeah, but I think of you as a performer queen. You're someone with...
Do you know what I mean?
But Ru said it, where she's like, you kind of don't even need to look great because you can make anything look great because you have the personality, you have the aura. Think about a Jinx Monsoon or a Bandela Creme.
100%.
They're not looks queens, but they just have that X factor.
And like with them, the campy drag as well.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like there's enough like light on campy drag, especially in the way that I do it. Like I try to like bring it a bit modern. I say that as I'm dressed up as Iris Apfel, an old woman in episode God knows what. But like with my drag, do you know what? I went in being like, I just want to be a twat. Like, that's why I dressed up as a cat. That's why I dressed up as Iris Apfel. I just wanted to be like, I wanted to bring my comedy into my outfits. And do you know what? I'm really happy with what I brought. And I feel like I'm really chuffed with what I brought. I felt like it definitely represented the drag that I had around that time. It's especially with, like, everyone kicked off about my entrance look. And I'm just like, for one, it's just an entrance look. I know people say, like, this is everyone's, like, first look at you. And I'm just like, well, to be honest, my outfit was very much like, it was like an ode to the Cardiff drag scene. Like, the Cardiff drag scene is very heavily cabaret. It's very much that silhouette of, like, the princess cut gown, you know, sparkly gowns all the way down to the floor. And I wanted to bring that to be like, this is the drag that I come from. But, yeah, people just didn't get it. But I think it's because they don't understand that type of drag. Like, people, when they watch Drag Race these days, they want drag that they see off Paige or Bones, but not every drag queen's like that. That's the beauty of, like, the UK drag, is that it's very, like, diverse. It's very, like, you know, we got, like, so many, like, different types of drag. It's not just the drag that has been inspired from America, if that makes sense.
Do you think they got the casting right this year?
100%.
If there's someone that you think from a previous season that you would have brought on to this season, who would it have been?
Skady Cat from season 1. Have you seen her these days? She is fantastic. She has grown so much, and I feel like she needs to come back for an All Stars or UK versus the World, because she's, you know, good competition, I would say, these days.
They got a rough go, I think, the season 1, because it felt like they were still working it out. And I'll be honest, who do you remember from season 1 other than Vivian, Bagger, and Davina?
And Davina.
And Cheryl. And who?
Blue-eyed Ranger?
Oh, the Irish one, yeah. Well, she won, didn't she?
UK versus the World won.
She won one of them, yeah. So, you know, was there anybody that you knew going into it when you got into the workroom, you were like, oh, I know her, or there's history, or there's some sort of...
So, I didn't know anyone personally. I knew of Viola. Me and Viola have got mutuals. Like, she's come to Cardiff and performed loads of times in Cardiff. Yeah, we've never met, which is weird. But we had mutuals. I knew of Paige and I knew of Bones through social media. For the rest of them, I didn't know. Tyrus actually followed me on Instagram before we went in. And I remember having the notification...
We'll get into that, honey.
I remember having the notification being like, oh, could this be my season 7 sister? And then I asked my friend, who had a boyfriend in Brighton at the time, to be like, can you just check with them? And then they came back being like, oh no, she's definitely not on the show. Next you know, I walk in first, she's coming in after me, and I'm just like, you follow me on Instagram. Yes.
Viola, it's interesting that you say that Viola was one of the girls that you had some vague connection to, because I really want to know, from your point of view, why is it that Viola has such a hard-on for you? Why?
Do you mean Tyrus?
No, Viola has a hard-on. When someone's got a hard-on for you, they're kind of like, they've got it in for you kind of thing. I think Tyrus also has a hard-on, but that's a different kind of hard-on. That's the kind of, I want to rub up against you kind of. This is more of like I want to like...
She's got beef.
Smack you around the face with it.
Yes. Oh, and at the time she wanted to. Well, that's the thing. Me and Viola literally went in being like, we were the ones that like... Well, no, she was the only one that I knew sort of more than Paige and Bones, if that makes sense. So we were going into it being like, okay, let's be close. We know like we're good, you know, buddies and all that. And then it was because the Tainters mini challenge where we had to vote for someone to be most distasteful drag, most prettiest, most likely to go home first, all that. So Viola got upset because everyone voted for her for most annoying, which at the time, the thing is, we had to vote for someone. I voted for Sally.
I was going to get into that as well.
I love Sally to bits, but I'm not a morning person, and if you piss me off in the morning, you piss me off for good. But yeah, with Viola, she got voted the most, and it was only because, you know, she loves to sing. She loves to sing, and whenever she would get the chance, which would be off camera because you can't sing when you're on camera, she would sing, and she would like, she'd done her Patti LuPone like snatch game, and like in episode 2 she would keep doing it, and we're just like, Viola, shut up. So she would keep doing it. So like when it came to it, we were just like, oh yeah. And then I voted her for most distasteful drag, which means like drag I'm not fussed on the most. So I voted for hers because at this point, it was at beginning of episode 2, the only outfits I seen of hers was her entrance, hometown and gala. And I remember looking at her and being like, I'm not impressed as much. And there was a part of me as well that was just a bit like, let's do a little bit of drama. Let's get a bit of something cooking.
So you wanted to kind of stir a little bit.
Of course I.
But you got away with it though because
I'm charming.
the Welsh. No.
Yes, yes.
The Welsh accent masks it. You know, you could easily be the villain of the season. And I think you would do it so well and lean into it. But it's hard because it does feel as though, bless her, she took it very personal.
And that's the thing. I was wanting to go further with her and be like, oh, come on, let's bounce off each other. But then she started crying, so I had to be like, sorry, Viola.
When you see the confessionals, be honest, do your feelings get hurt when you hear the other queens talking about you, perhaps not in the best way?
And I feel like all of us are like that. Like, it's been 10 months, we've all gotten closer with each other. Me and Viola, we're like that. We're literally going on holiday with each other in January. And it's like, because that's the thing, after the show, we all just like talk with each other. We talk about what happened. Like, you know, Viola's not the only one that I kick off with. Stay tuned. You know, we all like talk, we all get together. Like, we've like been out with each other like so many times, and it's like, we've all been through that experience together, so we understand why we reacted the way we did. And yeah, it's like none of us meant any like malice with it. Like with me, it was just a bit of banter, but she obviously took it the wrong way. So I was just like, okay, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. But yeah, we all just love each other, and it's like things will come out, and it's like, no. So, I remember, what episode was it? Oh, I think it was after Acting Challenge. Sally said something like, oh, I'm glad Catrin didn't, she doesn't sound like that, that's her Viola impression. She does a cracking Viola impression. She'd be like, oh, I'm glad that Catrin didn't want a badge because she would have been insufferable otherwise. I remember the day that came out, she like sent me a voice note being like, Catrin, I'm really sorry if you hate me because I said that. Like, I'm so stupid. Why did I say that? I was just like, Sally, I couldn't give a shit. They asked you a question and you answered. Because that's the situation we're all in. They'll ask you, being like, oh, what did you think of Bones' runway this week? I was just like, what, you call that fashion? Okay, then. Coming from me. You know, it's like, we're all in that situation. We're all asked these questions, but whoever gives the best answer, they'll chuck that in. And she's right, I would have been insufferable if I would have won a badge. What? It's a sign I shouldn't have won a badge.
That felt like a sign. That's the Welsh
Now,
flag.
I take loads of sign. I was speaking to one of my friends this morning about,
God.
like, if I should take a job or not. And she was like, well, how do you feel about it? And I went, oh, well, I'm not really fussed on it. And then a car beeped outside, and I was like, oh, well, that's my sign. I won't take the job. It was a weird one. They wanted me to act as Ellis, and I'm just like, what?
Do you want to do more of that? Do you want to do more acting outside of drag as well? Is that something that you would...
Well, that's what she asked me. She was like, do you see yourself pursuing a career in acting? I was just like, no, I don't. Because I used to do acting classes and I took drama in school, of course I did. I enjoyed it, but I remember this one time I was on set on an SYC show and I had to play myself, and I still found that difficult. But it's just like how long... I was on that video for like 30 seconds, but I was there for like 2 hours. It's like for how long and like strenuous it is. I'm just like, I couldn't get into that. And to hold that character for that long, I just couldn't. But also I've come to realize now with myself, I'm more, when it comes to my comedy and me with my charm and my funniness, I'm better when it's off the cuff instead of rehearsed. Like, I find that's just who I am. Like, if you're giving me lines, if I gotta rehearse something, I feel like I lose myself. Whereas, like, excuse me, if I'm in like a gig, I could just like see something and be like, oh, let me talk about that for the next few minutes, and then I'll sing a song. You know, I'm very much like that. So yeah, but yeah, I just don't see yourself. You know, if there's good money behind it, I won't say no. But yeah, I just don't think I see a future for myself in like just acting, especially maybe out to drag. If it was in drag, like a little cameo, I'll do it. But as Ellis, I don't know.
You kind of want to see now, I think you've had this platform, see where that goes, because I'm sure this is going to be opening a lot of doors for you.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of back doors.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, in terms of, it's good to know that I think among the girls that there are real friendships and that TV's TV.
That's the thing. It's like, although it's reality that we felt at the time, whereas now, like, we've all cried with each other. a few of us have slept with each other. And, you know, it's just like, it's stuff like that. We're all very close.
Have
with
you
each
actually?
other.
That people have slept with each other. So, do you? Yeah. So, is there going to be a reunion? Because I know that the UK, they don't tend to do it, but would there be a reunion for this season, do you think?
We've always spoke about doing a reunion. We would love to just do one because there's like so many things that like don't get aired, or like so many like unresolved things that have happened on the show, and we're just like, we want to talk about it. There's like a mini reunion in the finale episode when like all the queens come back and we all talk. But I don't think there will be like a televised reunion. Yeah.
If there was a reunion, are there any conflicts or anything that has come out on the show that you think perhaps would be or should be addressed or hashed out?
We got to bring it back to me and Viola. We'd have to do something. But I would talk to her beforehand, being like, okay, I'm going to say this, and you just volley back with me. Don't cry. Like, we'll just, you know, I would love for, like, us to just bring that back up. And because I feel like there's, like, so much that doesn't get aired that some people are just a bit like, oh, why have they jumped to that? And it's just like, oh, there's stuff before that. And it's just like, I don't feel like we get to see either side of the story as much. So I feel like, yeah, we'd like to like talk about it a bit more and just get into like a bit of fisticuffs about it. What else happened on the show? I feel like other girls would have stuff to like say about other girls, but I think with me, I've come out with no bad blood with anyone up until episode 7.
Do you want to talk a bit more about that?
I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if it's going to aid or not. Because there was a little scrap that me and someone else had, which they've cut out.
Physical or not?
Oh gosh, no, God, no. I like to keep my job. But yeah, which if anything, I'm glad they cut it out.
I just know you're Welsh and you're from the valleys, so I wouldn't put anything past you. But
oh, I'm from Treorchy. I'm from the top end of the valleys.
Or no, Treorchy.
Treorchy.
The Queen of Treorchy, Catrin Feelings.
Do you know what that is? So they come up to me before the runway being like, oh, how do you pronounce your like hometown? I went Treorchy, and they went, okay, can we just film you saying it? So they filmed me saying Treorchy, and then, okay, can you just slow it down? Okay, Treorchy. No, I didn't say it like that. I probably went Treorchy. So obviously they showed that to RuPaul then to be like, oh, this is how you say it. And she went for the slower version.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I could honestly watch a show of her just trying to pronounce Welsh names.
She's got mine down. You know, she got Catrin Feelings.
Do you think that, obviously, you know, she's getting on a bit, RuPaul. Bless her. She looks amazing. She's been doing, what, 17 years of Drag Race?
Yes.
Eventually, obviously, perhaps she'll have to pass on that mantle. But do you think now with the inception and the kind of progression of AI, could you imagine Ru creating an AI version of herself to continue hosting the show?
I mean, a girl's got to do what she's got to do. Let's hope it's not AI. But, yeah. You don't know, she might find a successor. It's like in Drag Race Canada, you got Brooklyn Heights, who was on season 11, I want to say. In Drag Race Down Under, over in Australia and New Zealand, they got Michelle Visage to take over. I would love for Michelle to take over the UK one. Michelle is like so like down with like UK culture, and yeah, she knows like her references, you know.
How different do you think the show would be if Michelle was the one running things?
I think she would be more harsh. Michelle's very much like, she means well and she wants the best for us. And that's the thing, that's what you get when you were there. It's just that they want us to do well. Like, they'll say things and give us critiques, but they would want us to work on those things. But she still has that, like, season 1 to season 5 harshness about her, which comes out now and then. I'm just like, oh, I love that, Michelle. Do you know what I mean?
Do they know who's going home and is it fixed? Are they setting some people up for success? Is it all down to how you do in the challenge? Because I got dubiousness. I
don't think I can talk about that, but I do agree with it. Yeah.
I got doubts because I'm not being funny, but like episode 1, I don't necessarily agree with who won. It feels as though they were trying to make fetch happen. They were trying to make a situation to kind of like, the judges kind of like gave their critique to kind of support the reality of that being a thing. But it's like, I felt like there was a disconnect between what I was seeing as a viewer and what the judges were seeing. Because I was not impressed. Do you know? So is that something that, as we go through the season, yeah, there is that part of me that doubts how fair of a game is it. But you're saying that you're not sure.
I don't think I could talk about that.
You can't talk about it. Well, don't talk about it, honey. What are you going to do with 25 grand? What would you do?
25 grand. I would pay my tax. I would get 4 new tyres for my car. And I would pay my water bill for the rest of the year.
That's ambitious.
Thank you. Maybe a bit too ambitious with the tyres, but, you know, if I ever win the lottery, just know they would be signs and they would be 4 new tyres.
So let's go into how did it feel actually being the only Welsh girl? Because I can imagine from your point of view, I would feel quite, not isolated, but a little bit on a bit of a cultural
I get it.
gap between others.
With me, if anything, I was glad. Because after last season where they had 2 Welsh queens, I was just like, I would have felt there would have been a battle with me and another Welsh queen, because I'm very competitive. Like, we see that on the season, I'm very competitive, I want to win. So if there was like another Welsh queen, I would feel like maybe there would have been that sort of thing of like being compared to one another. Although that that hasn't happened on like past seasons. But there's just a part of me where I'm just like, I would compare myself with them, because I'm terrible for comparing myself to other people. But yeah, do you know what? Like, loads of people have like asked me about like, how does it feel being the Welsh Queen? Did I feel any pressure? And it's just like, I didn't really feel any pressure. Although I was there representing, you know, Cardiff drag, Welsh drag, I was mostly there for myself and like there to represent myself and what I've got to give. Because I feel like there is a pressure when you go in being like, oh, I'm the Welsh Queen and I'm here to represent Wales. There is that pressure of like, oh, if I do shit, I'm going to let everyone down. So I didn't go in with that pressure on my shoulders. I just went in being like, I want to make myself proud. And if I have like that pride off everyone else, I will take it. But yeah, but like, you know, watching it back, I'm just a bit like, you know, yeah, I am representing like Welsh drag and what it means to be Welsh. Like I am, you know, obviously very proud to be Welsh. And I'm glad that I get to show that on the season, and I'm glad that they kept in the bits of me speaking Welsh, or me in my Welsh lady outfit, or like whenever I would like, if my runway has a reference to like Welsh history, for instance, my Battle Axe Bitch Warrior runway was a reference to Gwenllian Fach Griffith. I'm just really glad that they kept that in, just like, you know, it is important to me to like show my culture, because I feel like Wales is such a like underrated country in the UK. Like there's so many people from like different countries that, you know of the UK, only know England, Scotland, Ireland. They don't really know much about Wales. So I'm glad that I get to like bring that bit of culture to everyone and teach RuPaul about Jaffa cakes.
You have taught RuPaul about Jaffa cakes?
The Welsh delicacy, Jaffa cakes.
Is it a Welsh delicacy? Was it made in Wales? No.
Well, they don't sell it in America, so I'm assuming it's UK, because it's McVitie's, isn't it? It's McVitie's.
McVitie's. There was a massive scandal around the VAT of it, because they were trying to get away with it being a biscuit, not a cake, because cakes have to pay tax as a luxury item.
Stop.
Yeah, there was a whole thing.
Gaggy.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, we know now.
Jaffa cake.
I've also got another fun fact about Jaffa cakes, because when I was on the show, I had to ask them if like I can say Jaffa cakes or show a box of Jaffa cakes, and they went, "Oh yeah, you can," because, and if you can check this, Jaffa cakes are not trademarked. If you have a look at the box of Jaffa cakes, there's no TM or like copyright or anything on it. It's like if you go into Lidl's or Aldi, they would have their own version of Jaffa cakes, and they'll still call it Jaffa cakes.
But the I suppose it's McVitie's Jaffa cakes, and it's like their version of
a Jaffa cake.
Oh, like undue prominence with your media training coming through. See, I bet not all the queens were as media trained as you were.
Oh no, I'm a bit wanky sometimes, because I'll go in just being like, oh, is that an FS7 camera? Yeah, I know. Whenever they'd mic me up, it'd be like, are you going to put it in the valley of my chest? Just be like, I know what I'm talking about. But also, I am going in, I knew I was going to work it up a lot to the camera, especially when I was just like, oh, I didn't like your outfits. I was just like, oh, that's a bit of telly. You know, it's like I went in knowing like what to do, and like, yeah, I had like a plan in my head.
You self-produced.
Oh gosh, I'm a TikTok.
But you can't do too much of that though.
Oh
It's
God,
the
no, let them
balance.
do their job. I got to focus on the challenge. I got to make a dress.
Would you do All Stars?
Yes.
All winners, all we're not. That's not suggesting anything.
Yes. Not for a good few years. I feel like it's like, I don't understand how some queens, like if we think about Lydia B. Collins from America, how she went from her season straight into All Stars. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Like this year, I'm so grateful for the experience that I've had. I'm so grateful for the opportunities I will have from this. And I'm so grateful for RuPaul's Drag Race and Wow Presents for giving me this opportunity. But it's been hard. It has been difficult on the bank account, the mental health, everything else. And it's been like a tough ride. And I'm glad that it's all come out now because I get to like enjoy it again and remember, for one, why I done it, and two, what I enjoyed most about it. I enjoyed being there, I did. There were tricky times, but stuff like that happens. But yeah, this whole year has just been like, whoa, it's been a roller coaster. That was very Bonnie Tyler then, whoa. So yeah, I would do it again, but I feel like I'd have to work on myself a bit more with my drag, but also myself mentally. I need to get myself back into a good mental state to like be able to do it again, because it's mentally challenging. It is. It's just like, it's the show, it's the challenges, comparing yourself with each other. Like, you're still, like, even outside the show, I'm still in a competition with all these other girls. And yeah, and it's like I said, I'm very grateful for it all, but next time I need to be a bit more stronger than yesterday.
But I think it's knowing what you bring to the world. I don't really feel like you should feel any pressure to represent Wales. Represent your fucking self.
100%.
Because you're an extension of Wales, naturally, in your own way. And there are so many people that I know are proud of you and that are watching and tuning in, regardless of the outcome. Like, really just like reflect on that and like be proud of yourself. And yeah, I'm honestly so happy for you that you have this. And fucking comparing yourself, like, there's only one you, there's only one Catrin Feelings.
It is, because I've trademarked it. No.
You have actually.
I probably should.
You are. Right, we're not going to stay on this much longer. I do want to get into the Tayrus of it all. Have you slept with Tayrus?
A woman never tells.
Because you do have there's that chemistry, you guys. I think, personally, you're both the most good-looking boys on it. I do. I think you're, like, really fit, both of you.
Diolch.
You know, if you were straight, I don't know, there might be something. But there's that chemistry. But I don't know. Yeah, what... Is it just sisters? Is it... What... Because people have... Would something come out at the reunion?
Well, that's the thing. You'll have to wait and see. That's a very PR answer. But yeah, it's like, you know, me and Tayrus have what can I say? Well, let's just say I wouldn't hang out with the queens that I didn't like.
Aww.
Yeah.
Do you... Because you are single. You're evolving.
Like a door.
You're revolving.
Well, we'll have to see what happens at these next few episodes.
What do you look for in a person? Like when you're kind of...
Heartbeat? No. Do you know what? When it comes to this question, every time like someone asks like, what's my type? I actually do not know. Because the amount of boys that I've been with are all so different. And mind you, there was this one part where for some reason every boy I got with that wore glasses. I don't know why. But yeah. But I don't know, I feel like I'm very much a type of person, like I've always said to the universe, and the universe has always said to me that I don't chase, I attract. So I'm very much, do you know what I mean? So if someone comes to me, I'm not gonna like turn it down. And I feel like that's what happened with Tayrus, and I feel like we like just got like such great bond with each other, and it wasn't like one of those things where I was just like, oh, go on then if it's coming towards me. It was very much just like, you know, if someone does come like towards me, I will like have to think about it. But... And especially when we were there on the show, it's very much like when you're in that situation, you need to cling on to like someone else who's there with you, who knows what you're going through and can be there for like, just like for a hug or just to like have a shoulder to cry on. Like, it's so nice that me and Tayrus had that on the season because especially with me, I was very close with Chai and Pasty right at the beginning of the season. But when they both left, I was just like, whoa. because I spent so much time with them, I felt like when them two left, I was just like, who have I got now? And luckily me and Tyrus had that thing going on, so me and her had each other. And especially with Tyrus had Sally, and then as soon as Sally left, Tyrus was beside herself. So like, I'm glad that I was there with Tyrus, just to like, you know, get her through that. So it's very nice that we had that on the show, because you just need it. You just need that someone to be there to like protect you and look after you. Do you know what I mean?
Have you looked up each other's star signs and the compatibility?
Yes, I'm a Pisces and she's an Aries.
They're
I
next
know.
door neighbours.
They are, but they're not very compatible. Make it work though. Oh. I know. We're both March babies.
Can I just say, like, but the thing is, the reason I'm asking, because I know people want to know, like, what the shag and whatever, that was my first question for you. But there is something about the energy, and energy doesn't lie, and I feel like there's a bond that the two of you have, because I saw it in the TikTok you did together, and there's that, maybe it is a trauma bond, I don't know, because you've gone through this experience, but actually, you know, it seems as though it's brought you closer together. And it's not, it is a friendship, and that's the foundation, and a sisterhood, but
yeah, definitely, especially with like what we had, there's still that like friendship, like we have like these references, these jokes, like we're like, you know, every time we see each other, there's always like something to talk about, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Oh my God. You would be you're a very beautiful couple, and
Thank
you know,
you.
whatever the situation is, it's none of our business. I mean, you know, I think we already know the tea, but you know, obviously you can't confirm or deny that, but to future success and wealth and happiness and all that. So we talk about manifestation.
Yes.
You're saying about you don't chase, you attract. You actually manifested your place on season 7. So tell me the story behind this.
So, yeah, someone brought it to my attention the other day. Well, the thing is with me, I'm a very much a spiritualist. I like, you know, I got my crystals, I manifest to the moon all the time. And yeah, I do believe in those type of things. And I'm very much like, if you believe in it, it will come to you. And yeah, I've always been manifesting to be on Drag Race, but I never like specified what season I would get on. I would just always specify that I'm on Drag Race, and I would like envision it that I am there on the show. But someone brought it to my attention the other day, because on TikTok, your old videos pop up on someone's For You page, and it could be like years old. For instance, that one video of Welcome to Watch TikTok always pops up, and everyone always brings it up, and I'm just like, that was 5 years ago. Crazy. Excuse me. But one video popped up. Oh, I can't remember what video it was, but someone commented being like, oh, is she going to be on season 4? And I was just like, oh no, probably season 7 though. And here I am now. But because that video has popped up on more For You pages, everyone's just like, oh my gosh, you made it come true. And I'm just like, I'm just a very powerful person. I'm a Pisces, so, you know, very powerful.
The oldest sign of the zodiac. And it's a testament to also, I think, what you've done there is you've allowed divine timing to happen. It's saying, I'm going to trust the universe, I'm going to trust source, whatever you believe in, God, whatever you want to call it, and you're saying, let it decide when I'm ready.
And that's the thing, I'm very much the type of person of like, if it's my time, it's my time. If it's not, it's not. Like when I didn't get on last year, I was just like, it's not my time, and that's fair. And when I looked at like what I had going on and what my drag was like at the time, I understood that, oh, I'm really not ready for this. So I made sure that year I was working on myself for the next audition tape, that I was ready for it then. But even if I didn't get on this season, I would have been like, it's not my time, and that's fine, you know?
You put the work in, and I think the thing is, people do think with manifestation it means you just sit on your ass and you do nothing. It's like you do have to work towards that, and you did. You said, okay, here's what I've learned, I'm now going to apply it again with the mistakes.
Yeah, the universe gives to those who help themselves.
And you've helped yourself. I didn't really understand that you were so spiritual and witchy and all that. I didn't really...
Oh, I am very much like, yeah, I love it. It was like, I don't even know how I got into it. I think it just started with an amethyst crystal. Me and my friends went to a vintage fair, and we all picked up like this one crystal necklace, and I just took it with me. And then when I would research it afterwards, amethyst helps with like anxiety. And I remember at the time I was like really like young as a teenager. I struggled a lot with anxiety. So I was just like, oh, was there a reason why I picked it up? And I just got into that sort of mindset of like, there was a reason why I picked it up and stuff like that. And then I got more into crystals, and then more into spirituality, and then more into like working with the moon and stuff like that. And Yeah, I feel like, excuse me, it's one of those things where, like, I've never been a religious person. I used to go to Club of Bible when I was younger, just because they would give us squash and Milky Ways. But it was never a thing of, like, I done it for the religion. It was a social club. Like, no, maybe not a social club, that's probably not the right word. But it was just, like, it was a social for, like, me and my friends to go to and, like, do stuff. But, yeah, as I grow older, it's just been one of those things of, like, I felt like it was a thing of, like, I needed help, like, in that part of my life, and I just had to, like, look for it, and therapy was too expensive, but crystals weren't. So, I don't know, I just looked into it, and I would, like, see how they would, like, help with, like, certain aspects of my life, and then I got into it, and then I got into, like, manifestation, got into, like, spirituality, aspirations, affirmations, and stuff like that, and I've just done them ever since, and, like, you get into such a flow of, like, oh my gosh, this actually helps, like, the universe is listening to me, and the universe always wants what's best for me, and I just got into that. I'm in this place now where I'm, like, I feel, like, safe in life, because I've got something that, like, looks after me, and it's, like, even in, like, times where I'm, like, feeling down on myself, or feel like everything's not going right, I always, like, you know, the universe is always telling me to, like, think about what I've got in my life. Like, I'll be there lying in bed if I'm feeling upset about something. I'll be like, at least I have a bed for me to, like, feel upset about something. At least I have a flat. At least I have, like, my heaters turned on. At least I've got toast in my toaster. You know, it's like stuff like that. It's very much like, excuse me, showing, like, that gratitude. And I feel like that's something which I never used to do, but I do it more now, because it's like, even with the show, although it has its ups and downs, I keep reminding myself that I'm on this show. I was selected from the entire UK to be on this show by RuPaul herself. So, like, you know, I got to show gratitude and show that I am grateful for, like, where I am in my life. And it's like, these days I can say that I'm a much more happier person because of all the great things that have happened in my life, thanks to the work that I've put in and thanks to the universe.
You have angels around you, working with you to help you. Do you have, like, a grandmother? Or do you have grandparents?
Yes,
or
they've all
anyone?
passed away, but I do feel like, yeah, my nan's there with me. Yeah. I hear her now and then ringing in my ear. Yeah.
That's so nice.
I know.
I've got, yeah, my nan and my mum as well. I have angels with me, and I honestly, it's like, it's something you have to train yourself
Yes.
to do, to open yourself up and really...
Because the other thing, it's a thing of, like, trust. And there's been, like, so many times where, like, I've second-guessed things, or just, like, been like, oh, you know, I'm not going to be able to pay my rent this month. But you've just got to, like, give yourself into, you know, the universe always wants what's best for you. And, you know, good things are always coming into your life. And if there are bad things that come into your life, it's a lesson. It's like, right now, during Mercury retrograde, I'm being tested a lot. But I know, and I can, like, spot straight away when I'm being tested for something that one of my manifestations is coming through. So I've got to get through these tests to show that I'm strong enough to receive this manifestation. If I don't get through these tests, then I'm not ready for that manifestation. So you've got to be in that sort of place of trust and know that, you know, everything turns out for the best.
I have to get into that headspace. We just had 11/11, and that felt really powerful. I did a
Yes.
ritual. I was definitely very clear on what it was that I was letting go of in my life and what I wanted to let in.
Yeah.
Because we're in the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac, so it's shedding. And I feel as though
Ooh,
this
I like
year
that.
this year has been so much shedding, because the thing is, like, you've got the drag race and you've got these opportunities coming through, you've got those because you've also had to make space for that. You've had to clear out relationships,
Yes.
attachments, things that weren't serving you anymore and your higher good. You had to make those sacrifices to then bring in the manifestations.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've done that?
100%. I'm currently a year and a half sober from alcohol. That was always, like, something which I was like, you know, I just couldn't hack hangovers anymore. But I realised as well that it just wasn't anything good for me. Like, especially, like, when I would used to drink, I used to be a nasty person. But also, it was one of those things of, like, I would do it, but I wouldn't, like, know my limits. I would just do it just to get drunk, just to enjoy. And then I connected, oh, if I'm drinking, I'm having fun, which is not the best connection because it's not true. And then I'd have a hangover, I'd feel like down and depressed. I'm just like, okay, this doesn't help me anymore. So I just completely cut it out. And yeah, I've gotten rid of like a few friends over the years as well. And I feel like that was obviously for the best because of those effects that they have on my life. And I feel like every time I would get rid of these things, the universe would gift me with something just to be like, you know, you had to do this to be ready for this next step in your life. So yeah, things like that have got to happen, and you know, I'm glad that they have happened. I'm glad that I've gone through those things. And yeah, the stuff that happens in my life happens for a reason. I'm very much that type of person of like, my manuscript has been written for my life and I'm just following it. So like whatever happens in my life happens for a reason and I just accept it.
Flow.
Yeah.
I've got a segment called Poison Ivy, so I ask for my guests to tell me about a situation or a time where, you know, it was toxic or there was some sort of toxic element to it, but from that place you were in, it could be a relationship, it could be family, friends, whatever, you grew from it, you learned from it.
Yeah.
Could you tell me, is there a situation like that you've been through?
The one that always sticks out the most for me is when I was younger, when I was literally like in secondary school and I just got rid of one friend. That was my friend since we were like in primary school. Like she was like my all-time friend. And I remember like just thinking, oh, we're gonna have a future together because we're gonna that close, like those type of friends. But it was one of those, and it's like when you're that age, you just don't really like understand how like anything works, especially me. Like when I was younger, I just didn't feel like I understood anything. But it just got to a point where I was just like, oh, you know, she makes me feel like shit. Like she's got like, no, she was just like a very angry person and she would always take it out on me. But like now when I look back, I understand it's because the life that she was living and the like, you know, stuff that was going on with her. But at the time I was just like, she's not making me happy. She's taking out her anger on me and I don't find that fair. And I don't want to like carry on with that because it got to a point where it was like, I was ignoring her, I was avoiding her. And I was just like, well, I can't do this anymore. So I just need to like, and yeah, I done that. And like, I remember my time after that, I felt great. I carried on with my life. I enjoyed it. And I was just glad that I didn't have that person with me to like bring me down. Yeah, it was a weird one. And it's like, when I look back at it now, it's just like, there's like, it's never easy or fun getting rid of friends because you still have that friendly connection, but you've got to do what's best for you of like, you know, I'm very much like, and this is not in like a big-headed or cocky sense, it's very much like I always have to put myself first and think of myself and how I want to feel. So it's just like, you know, although we were friends, I had to like cut that off because there's just that part of me that just wasn't happy. And every time I've gotten rid of a friend, it always hurts, it always like kills me because we are still friends and I still think of those people. Like, you know, if I see, it's like I would never like wish negativity on those people either. It's like, even though I'm not friends with those people anymore, I would never like wish anything negative upon them. It's like if someone says like, oh, so something's happened to so-and-so the other day, I'd be like, you know, I'm upset for them, I'm sad for them, but I need to like keep that connection away from me because it just didn't serve me any longer. But I'm glad that I done that when I was younger because I feel like that set me up to be like, oh, I know now what happens if I were to cut someone out of my life. Like, you know, it's for the better and it benefits me. So, yeah. But no, she's doing well these days. She's got a husband, she's got a house, she's got a baby, and I'm pleased for her. I'm glad that she's living like a great life. And in future, if we decide to like, you know, meet up for like a coffee or something, I wouldn't say no, you know, because we're both in like different parts of our lives now. We've both grown, we've both moved on. And yeah. And then when I do think about it, we were kids, we were like going through like adolescence and stuff like that, but it just wasn't the right time, sort of thing, you know? Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not the right time.
That's the thing.
And I think it's about, you know, being around people who bring out the best in you and want to see you succeed. Their success is your success is their success.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah, who knows? Because, you know, I think people can change.
Yeah.
But we can't
Change them. Yeah.
We can't force that.
No.
Thank you for being really honest.
Oh,
Because you're saying about the anxiety when you were like growing up. Is there like something to that, like a root to that anxiety that you felt, or was it?
I don't know. It's like, Do you know what? I really don't know, because like loads of people would always ask me like, how did I get my confidence? I'm just like, I can't remember. I just feel like it just came to me. But like when I would speak to my mum, she would always say about how like shy and nervous I would be when I was younger, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess I was, but I don't know. Anxiety is always with me. It's like still with me like now, like especially when I walked in here earlier, I was like a little bit like standoffish, because I'm very much like that when I go walk into like new places or like meet new people. I'm just a bit like, oh, especially in the morning. If I've just woken up, my body's full on like, it's like I'm like a puzzle. The puzzle hasn't been put together just yet, so I'm still a bit like, whoa. But yeah, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess the anxiety is always going to be there. It always has been there. I just know these days now how to like manage it a bit more. Like I make sure to ground myself. I make sure to like, you know, look what's in the room with me, like my five senses and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's just like a part of me from my childhood that is there still with me, because I do believe in like the inner child and stuff like that. And like my favorite thing that I've done recently, which I was just like, oh, I've done that for my inner child, is that I was cold in my flat the other day and I put some woolly socks on, and as I walked into my kitchen, I slipped. I was just like, oh, okay. And then for the past half an hour then, I was just like sliding all across my kitchen. I was just like giggling to myself. I was just like, oh, that's like my inner child with it like that. Yeah, I loved it.
So nice.
I know.
Oh my God, I want to hug you.
Oh, bless you.
You're so lovely. Oh my God. You're so, because I wonder if it's like, because you're from the valleys, right?
Yes.
And it's like, I can imagine being like a queer kid growing up in the valleys. Maybe that would have some kind of like latent anxiety inducing.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. Do you know with me, I feel like I've always been like an awkward person. Yeah, I really couldn't pinpoint it, but I feel like, yeah, there is like a mixture of things that come into it, but it's like never something which I've really like deeped on, or like, because I do like a lot of shadow work of like, you know, trying to like go into like the shadow part of myself to like realize why I am the way I am. But I don't feel like anxiety's ever been like that thing. I feel like it's mostly because these days I know to like control it a bit more. I know like what like triggers me to get into like an anxiety sort of place, but it's just never something I've really like deeped enough, and maybe it's something I should deep it a bit more. I don't know, it's a weird one.
Do you feel like you belong?
In where?
Like here, like in the world?
Yeah, I think I therefore feel like I belong. Yeah. More these days I feel like I do belong a bit more, and I feel like that's because I found myself in the world a bit more. Like when I was younger, I was very much that type of person of like, oh, I don't know what I could do with my future. And I think that was because I left school, went straight into work in my uncle's factory. Excuse me. And I was very much like, oh, this is going to be my life now for the rest of my days. And I'm just like, oh, well, no. I literally worked there for 3 years and I was just like, I can't keep doing this. So then I moved to Cardiff for university, studied Welsh language because that was the only qualification I had. And that's when I started the journey of like finding myself and finding what Ellis wanted to do with his life. And yeah, and I feel like what I'm doing now is the right thing for me. Like, I love drag. I've always loved performing. I've always been a performer, but I've never had that confidence to go out and do it. And yeah, the way that my life is now just everything feels correct. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I think I do belong. Yeah.
I love that. You've got such a good energy.
Thank you.
Like being around, because I remember like when you came into the show that we had, and
Yes.
we were upstairs, all of us, and I just felt like you just entered in, and it was like you just broke up the space and you burst into song,
Yeah.
The Witch's Road, and it was just like, there's something very like endearing about you. It's like really lovely to see, and I'm really happy to hear that you have that confidence and you found that, and that also it's like that inner child. I think it's the more we have that direct channel to them and be like, okay, this is what you're feeling. This is where you're coming from. I can see that, but I'm here to tell you it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you, like, I've got you, and you don't need to get triggered by past stuff. Like, stop looking for evidence for past pain, past hurt, past trauma.
Yeah.
And because all you end up doing then is rehashing the same stories. You're saying about your uncle's factory, like, that's not my story. That's not your story. It's like, find a new fucking story.
Yeah.
You did. And you're doing it. It's like, it's fucking sick, like, honestly. But this is what this podcast is all about. It's like about me talking to people from Wales who are Welsh, who know the Welsh experience, regardless of colour, sex, gender, disability, whatever it is. You've made a success from yourself, and you've done it not coming from the easiest place, and look at you now.
Yeah.
Like, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, yeah.
Go.
I've got a section called What Are You Saying?
Right.
What are you obsessed with at the moment? Is there something that you're like, oh my God, I can't get enough of this?
Oh, I don't know. There's something there. There's something which is like trying to push itself forward, being like, me. But I don't know. What is it? What am I obsessed with at the moment? I know exactly what I'm obsessed with. Lily Allen's new album. I am obsessed with it. This is her renaissance. It's just, I've literally, for the past few weeks, I've not listened to anything else except for Lily Allen. It's literally like wild. And when her tickets for her tour went on sale the other day, I didn't get them. I was devastated. I was just like, damn it. So I'm hoping for the Drag Race gods to find a way into Lily Allen's concert. But
She watches it, right? Surely.
must do, surely.
She knows you.
Yeah, and that's another wild thing. Is like, people do actually watch. It's like people do actually watch Drag Race. It's like when I do cameos now and then, like people from America would book them, and I'm just like, whoa! But yeah, it is. It's like Catherine Jenkins follows me because she watches the show. I had an email off her. I can't talk about that yet. But I had an email off her personal assistant the other day to do something for her. So.
That's exciting.
Very exciting. But yeah, it's just, this whole thing is like crazy. It's like Ariana Grande, she was saying about how she watches like Drag Race, and just like, she could be watching me right now. That's wild. While she's going through every city watching herself on a cinema screen. But yeah, it's crazy. What are we on about? Yeah, Lily Allen. She must do. There must be something. Yeah.
The kids, that's who I feel as though suffer in that kind of situation, is the kids. And
I do think about that now and then, see, of being like, oh, imagine if my mum wrote an album about my dad and it's gone viral. I'd be a bit like, it'd be a bit orcs, wouldn't it?
I'm trying not to be too black and white about it, because obviously he did what he did.
Yeah.
With that, what was it? He basically got a bachelor pad to do karate practice in. Was that the whole story?
I'm not sure. From what I've gathered, so she gets a part in a play in 222 on West End. Cheryl Cole was in it for a long time, but then Lily Allen took over. So they were both in America at the time. She had to go back to London to go and be in that play. And then he was just like, oh, I can't, go without having sex. Are you okay if we have an open relationship? And she was like, And he was just like, okay, if we do it though, I will have it with strangers. I'll make sure to pay them so there's no like emotional connection. She goes, as long as you do that. And then she finds out that it hasn't been just sex. This is where Madeline comes into it. She finds out that he has been going out with this Madeline. They've been playing tennis together. He's been buying her stuff. They've been spending a lot more time together. And she's like, you said it was only going to be sex, not an emotional thing. That's where, it all comes from. And then, they just, boom, butt heads. So that's where Pussy Palace comes in, is that her house in New York has become a place for him to shag other women and get in a new relationship with this new girl who's not Lily Allen.
Where are the kids?
Do you know what I don't...
Are they with her?
I don't know. I'm assuming they're still in New York. I don't know how old they are, to be honest.
What does she say to the kids? This is what I'm thinking. Like, how do you...
She actually brings it up on one of the songs about... she says something because when they go through the divorce, obviously, like you said, it's like the kids are in the middle of it now.
Yeah.
She's painting it out to be that he's not doing anything for the kids is that she's taken on the kids' burden of like, and there's like one part of like, you know, oh, it's something like, you know, the girls are looking at me to teach them all about love. Like there's that bit, but I can't seem to hold my tongue together long enough. Yeah, that. Yeah.
What a selfish prick to, you know, you've got kids with this woman, you're supposed to be a father, you're supposed to be a role model, a representative.
Yeah.
It's always a slippery slope when I think you start monogamous and then you open it up.
Yeah. I mean, I could never do it. I see couples that are in open relationships, I'm just like, I can barely get one person. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I do think there is a difference between sex and a more emotional connection, but I think it takes so much trust.
Yes.
And clearly, you know, she had that trust. She probably wasn't happy about it, but maybe in her mind she was thinking, well, if this is what I need to save my relationship, I mean, we are married, we have got kids.
And that bit kills me. So in her first song, West End Girl, she sings about the whole story. So she sets the scene, and that's another thing, the storytelling throughout this entire album is...
I've not listened to it.
Oh, would recommend. So the first song, she talks about like, okay, so now we're in New York. Oh, I've just got a phone call. I got to go back to London to be in this play. And then the song stops, and it's a FaceTime call, and you only hear her side of the story, which at that point I'm just a bit like, Now I am very open to these things of being like, we're only hearing her side of the story, but he can't do much, he's just an actor, he can't sing. So yeah, then it's a voice call that she's having with him, and that's when we find out that he wants to have the open relationship and stuff like that. Two things stand out to me here now, ready? Oh, this is my GCSE English coming into play. So she starts off with saying, well, that makes me really upset. And then towards the end of it, she goes, well, I want you to be happy. Those two things stand out to me, and I've been in this situation of, well, that makes me upset, but I want you to be happy. But there's a part of me that knows he's not saying none of that. He's not saying that he's upset and he wants to be happy. He wants her to be happy. It's like that sort of thing of like, oh, I just know what it's like because I've been in that situation. And just like, it's like you would do so much for the person you love, but then there's that thing of like, but they're not doing that for you. Do you know what I mean? And that's when you got to go.
She's putting his happiness,
Before
his needs
hers.
before his. There's a really interesting interview where he's talking about what he loves about her, and he's saying about, I love how kind she is, how much she gives, how it's all about what she can give him,
Yep.
not about her as an individual,
Yep.
her gifts, her talents, her just self.
Yeah, and he's very jealous of her. There was a clip that circulated a while back of them both at the Olivier Awards. She was obviously nominated, and he was just there with her on the red carpet with her, just like, you know, like that. And the interviewer asks him a question. She goes, she's asking you a question. He goes, oh, sorry, what? And the interviewer said, have you ever been to the Olivier Awards before? And he goes, no, and I've been in over 50 plays, and I've never been asked to come. I've never been nominated, but she's in her first ever play, and she's been nominated, so... And it's very much like that, and it's just like, awkward issues.
He just wants to feel that dominance, and I think because he feels so undominant in the relationship, that's his way of getting the control, is by sleeping on her. And I don't think for any second that he wasn't doing that before he asked on the FaceTime, hey, can we open it up? He 100% was doing this pre that call.
Yes, 100%. It's just, it is crazy. So yeah, I don't like him, so I won't be watching the new Stranger Things. Mind you, Stranger Things is gonna be
Is that what he's on?
Yes.
I've not even watched. That was my drag name, was Demi Gorgon, and I didn't even watch Stranger Things. I know,
Oh
Demi
my
Gorgon.
gosh, get in. But yeah, he's the town sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone thirsted over him at one point because he lost a lot of weight and he got really like built, and it's just like, I didn't like him as much. There was a weird vibe about him, and now... that's one thing about me, being a Pisces, I'm very good at picking up vibes. It's like, if my friends get friends with someone else, I'm not jealous because they're friends with someone else, I just know there's something off, and I've been right every single time.
Does that happen with people in the scene?
Oh yeah, I know who to stay away from. I just get vibes of people, and like, even when it like comes to like boyfriends, if someone gets with someone to be a boyfriend, I'm just like, Well, my standpoint has always been like, he's your boyfriend, not mine, so I don't have to get along with him. So, but I'm just always just like, if I get that vibe, I'm not fucking with you. Do you know what I mean? So
Trust that though.
And I feel like it's very like a protective thing for myself. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get with that person because I don't want to get myself hurt.
You have to
Yeah.
listen to that because that's going to save you. Having that ability, because the more you ignore the vibes, the more the vibes then go away. Like if you ignore your intuition, then you're not going to be actually, it's going to die.
Yes.
So just acting on that all the time, keep doing it.
Yes. It's like, do you know when they say with Inside Out?
Yeah.
Where they like, which one of the emotions, or like, are they emotions? I think so.
Yeah, it's like...
Which one of those like controls your partner? Disgust controls mine. Because it's like, you know, disgust saves you from like, you know, accidents or like poisonous food and stuff like that. They save me from toxic people. Yeah.
What was my vibe when you met me? What was...
I don't know. The first time I met you, you were dressed up as Claudia and I was just like, what a key.
True.
I love her.
Oh my God. I think, I don't know, I feel like I'm hard to read.
Fair.
I think a little bit. I think people have this impression of me that I can be a bit standoffish, that I can be kind of, I don't know. I think I mask. I'm trying to be more kind of in.
I remember the same, to be honest. It's like when people will be like, oh, I seen you out, but I didn't want to come up to you. So,
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, oh, no, come up to me. But then when I think about it, when I'm out and about, I am like...
The resting bitch face, the RBF.
It's the same when I'm in drag. Like,
Yeah.
I remember I used to work in like Dorothy's and Swansea, and people would always be like, oh, you should smile more. And I'm like, I am. But also when I like paint, I sort of paint like a bitch face on. So I'm like, I am smiling. Honest.
Maybe that's the way, but maybe the drag also is a way for your shadow to come out as well, and for you to kind of explore that side, like the powerful.
Yeah.
You
I feel
know.
like, yeah, Catrin is way more powerful than Ellis. Like, Catrin is like, not that she feels like she can get away with anything, because she can't, but there is that sort of like part of me that's just like, just let go. You know, just like, you know, just get that off your shoulders and just be like this comfort. Because that's the thing, like Ellis, he's a little bit shy, but Catrin is like, there's nothing shy about her. She's very like out there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a way for you to access that where maybe out of drag you wouldn't be able to. I mean, I personally think that you're powerful just as much in drag as out of drag.
Okay.
And I hope that you recognize that. You know what? It's like the thing is, it's like IVTV. I look at your manifestations. I'm manifesting this whole podcast, and it's what I can tell you about it is this so terrifying. The fear that you feel before you take that leap. Think about the tarot. Think about the Fool. He's standing on the edge of a cliff, but he doesn't care. He goes for it. You have to, fear is something you have to pass through, because on the other side of that is everything you ever wanted. And you've done that. Like, you must have felt fear preparing yourself to go on this show, to take that stage. And that's only one moment. You're going to have so many more moments that are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because you're surrendering to the fucking trust in the universe. It's so beautiful. Like, I'm just, it's inspiring. It's so inspiring. This section is called IVY though. So I want you to tell me something. It's like, Ivy, why though? Like, why is this even a thing? Like, I don't understand this at all. Like, why? Why is this necessary? Why is this even? I don't get it.
Dubai chocolate.
What is that?
I don't even know. From, it's this. This is what it looks like to me, grass. It's like, oh, I'm trying to think what it's called. But it's like chocolate. But it's inside, there's like this grass sort of crunchy thing.
Say chocolate again.
Chocolate. Chocolate. And do you know, I'm very much like pathetic when it comes to these type of stuff. I don't like things that are trending as much. It's like when Nutella was a trend, I stood away from it. When Biscoff was a trend, I stood away from it. Now it's pistachio and Dubai chocolate. I hate it. I stay away from it until I try it and like it. It's been the same with Nutella. And I was just like, oh no, I don't get the hype. And I was like, fuck, it's good. Same with Biscoff. Pistachio and this Dubai chocolate doesn't do anything for me. But it's like, it's everywhere. It's like, You know, small businesses are using it, big companies are now using it. It's just like, I don't get it. It looks disgusting. I'm very much like, I'm a texture girly. It's like, if I'm eating a spag bol, I don't want a squidge on an onion. Do you know what I mean? It's the same if I'm eating a burger, I don't want a squidge on a gherkin. I don't like those type of stuff. So if I'm chewing into a chocolate and expect a crunch, I don't want to like taste that grass. It just looks like grass to me, and I don't know.
Grass. You've got that
I don't know
Richard
why I'm saying
Burton.
grass.
Yeah. You've got that Richard
It's the same with
Burton received
glass.
pronunciation. It's like amazing.
Grass. Don't
Well,
know
you're
why I'm saying that.
BBC now, honey.
Hey, exactly.
You know.
IVTV.
Do you have to sign like a
so many things.
contract? Does it say, because I know with like reality TV, because this is essentially what you're doing, but like, does it say you're basically signing away your rights to be disparaged, humiliated, this? Is there like that kind of like, does it basically say you don't have any control of the edit, what comes out, and...
Oh, yeah. I think so. Yeah. I just haven't read any of it. But I feel like, yeah, there is a thing of like, I don't know actually, because I haven't read it. Terrible, I know.
You just signed it because you were so excited.
I had that trust in them of being like, oh, they're not going to make me look a fool, which they haven't, to be fair. So, yeah. It's like, what's the worst thing that can come out of this amazing experience? Do you know what I mean? So I've just been like, yeah, go for it. But there is a thing of like, I do work for the BBC now, so it's like, I've got to be like careful. One of my Snatch Game options was Princess Diana. Yes, which I was told if I was going to do Princess Diana, I would have had to have a chat with the BBC of like how to do it in a respectful manner, and like, you know, because it's, you know, royal family and stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, I won't do Princess Diana then, because not that I was going to go controversial, but it's just like, there are jokes you can make. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, to be safe, I'll step away from that. I still brought the outfit and the wig, but I just went for Bonnie Tyler afterwards because she's a hoot. I also did bring Nessa, but I wanted to be like, oh, look how good I am at doing like a character instead of like Nessa, because anyone can be Nessa. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, T.
Who do you want to see go on that's like a Welsh girly or a Welsh non-bino or whatever? Like, are there any talents here in the drag scene in Wales that you like, this person should get on Drag Race?
Two that come to mind, polyamorous.
Yeah.
Of course, she needs to get on. And have you heard of the Royal Serenity from North Wales? I want to say she's based in Rhyl, somewhere up there.
I know Serenity.
Yes, there's two.
There's the Royal Serenity.
Yes. So, yeah, she's based in North Wales, does a few gigs in... Oh, I'm terrible at geography over there. But yeah, she's fantastic. I performed with her once at a Pride in North Wales, and gorgeous, great singing voice, good bit of banter. Yeah, I think she'd do well. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to now, like, in terms of what's ahead? You've kind of mentioned you were like, I'm kind of like waiting for the show to be over with so I can really start to...
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I'm very much in that sort of mindset where like, I've made like a list on my phone of like what I want to achieve, and like I've just written loads of questions which I need to ask myself, which I've never asked myself, because everyone always asks, in every interview I always have that question of what's next for Catrin Feelings. But it's like, me and the girls are always talking about how when you get to Drag Race, that has been your goal for so long that you don't really think about what comes next. So now I'm gotta be like, right, I can't just take it and hope that things come to me. Like, you know, like we said, like we've got to work for it. And I am very much that type of girl of like, you know, I still want to work. Like, that's why I do drags, because I love to perform. I want to get out there and do more. And it's especially if like, it's like when we going to London now and doing these gigs in London, I'm always asking like, oh, have you got any place on your box for me to perform? So yeah, it's just yeah, I just want to like do so much with this platform that I've got now. Like, especially when it comes to like TikToks and like, you know, hopefully doing a tour, doing a one-woman show on by myself. And yeah, I just want to achieve everything that I can achieve with this platform that I've got. Yeah.
Would you ever leave Wales?
I had that question so much. I've thought about it, but it depends on my situation. For instance, I've got like 3 months left now, my contract in my flat. I'm going to see where my situation is at that point. and decide where I go from there. Like, if it gets to, I think I will stay in Wales like another year, but if it gets to a point where I've got more gigs maybe in like London or Manchester, I'll be like, okay, let's get up and move. But it depends on what happens with my future. At the moment now, I've manifested for ages. Do you know Gramercy Tower? It's one of the new flats in Cardiff by the train station. Recently been built, and I've
yes, yeah.
that one. I've seen loads of TikToks on that on my For You page, and every time it comes up, I always look at it and I just watch the entire video a few times and just imagine myself in that flat. And I've said to myself, I'm going to live there. That's where I'm going to live, because I want that sort of like to me, that shows success. So like that's what I've like manifested and shown myself. Also, ages ago, years ago, I done like this one meditation and this one visual popped into my mind. I've always dreamt about living down Cardiff Bay, and I had that visual of me, like it's a corner flat, I can see it now, I can see the windows, my telly's by here, and there's a sunset. There's always been a thing with me in sunsets. There's always like, sunsets hold a special place with me. And I think it's because someone said in a Steddfod once, they wrote a poem called Aira Farfar. And just like, you know, when the sky is like golden and purple, I'm just like, love that. So I can see it now, and I'm just there watching telly, and I can see myself on telly on Drag Race, and I turn around and I got a boyfriend there, and I'm just like, that is like my visual. That is like the goal that I have in my head. Drag Race is already there.
It's already happened.
Do you know what I mean? Except I'm not down Cardiff Bay yet. So yeah, stay tuned, because I might be in Gramercy Tower, because you can see the bay from there, and it's got one of those windows where it's just like, whoom, like that. So yeah, that's one of my manifestations at the moment. So yes, because the flat that I live in now is not built for two people being Catrin and Ellis. Catrin's taken over. Ellis has got one cupboard with a spoon, fork and knife. In that order.
Yeah, give Alice some room.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I do.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
It's already happened. It's just
100%.
time is not linear. What I want to know, like, what is the advice that you'd give to someone maybe who's just starting out in drag, or just not even drag, whatever it is, they want to explore themselves creatively, they want to lend themselves to something that they've never done before? Because obviously there was a point in time where drag was new to you. I think you started during lockdown.
I started before lockdown, but it was mostly just doing makeup, and I was very in the mindset of like, oh, I will never perform. I would just do it as a sort of like feminine expression for myself. But yeah, during lockdown, I got to that point where I was just like, wow, life's too short, you know, and this is something that I actually find that I like doing. So got out of lockdown, did my first ever gig at the Queen Emporium, and now I'm on Drag Race. So yeah, crazy how time skips. But, excuse me, I feel like the advice I would give, and like, it's a bit of like shit advice, but at the same time, it's like, it's advice that I've got to remind myself now and then, which is find the fun in what you want to do, and also like know that you're doing it for the reason that you're doing it for. Does that make sense? For instance, with me, I like came out of lockdown and I was just like, I really do like drag, but I'm not doing enough of it. So I was just like, well, I want to do more of it. Someone's ringing me. Sorry. 2 seconds.
Is it Tyrus?
No, it's someone from Manchester. Anyways.
Who's the one from Manchester on this season? Is there a Manchester?
Viola and Barney.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I'm very much like, I got to remind myself now and then of like, you know, like, oh God, I got to go and do this gig. I say to myself, I should be grateful that I get to go and do this gig, because it's something I enjoy doing. And then when I do the gig, I enjoy myself. So I've always got to remember to like make sure that I'm having fun with it, because I feel like these days now, drag used to be a hobby, but now it's more of a full-time job. I mean, it pays my bills. So I got to remind myself to always find the fun in it and don't lose myself in it. Because that's what happened to TikTok. When I used to do TikToks, it got to a point where I lost the fun in it. I was only making content that people wanted to see, and I was only, you know, I was making sure I was posting every single day and like stuff like that. But now I just got to be like, have a break, have that time off, find that time to like relax and have time for Ellis, and remember that drag is still a hobby for me. I just happen to get paid at it.
How do you want to be remembered? Because for all intents and purposes, we only have this life.
Yes.
We have to
Make the most of it.
make the most of it, live every day, and influence and affect the people around us, and be a force for good and a force for change. Like, what is, when you're gone, which one day you will be,
Yes.
not anytime soon,
Nope.
but how do you want to be remembered? What do you want your legacy to be?
I feel like One of the things which I always do think about, not that I'm calling myself the modern day David Owen, but I do hope that one day it does say in a book and there's like a photo of my face and it's like my effect on the Welsh language. Like when I used to go on TikToks, like I was one of the first Welsh TikTokers on there that was like speaking Welsh, and like loads of people like picked me up from that. And it's the same with like Drag Race, like with me going on. I'm not the first Welsh speaker on Drag Race, I'm the second, but I'd like that my time on Drag Race speaking Welsh has done something for the Welsh language. Like every time I go to gigs or every time I'm on like social media, people will always message or talk to me in Welsh. Even if their Welsh is not the best or if they're not that confident in it, they would still go out their way to use it. And I'm just like, I'm glad that people feel comfortable enough to be able to speak to me in Welsh. So there's that. I also hope that, I don't know, that my drag does leave a stamp somewhere, that it's just, that I like, that it's influential in some sort of way. I'm not sure how I want to do that, but I feel like I do want to like sort of be that sort of inspiration. Like growing up, I didn't really have anyone like me. We didn't really have many like queer people from the valleys. Like they would be successful, but they would always have negativity. Whereas like these days, I hope that people see how I'm celebrated and not how people have negative opinions about me. So like, yeah, I hope there is that sort of like, you know, inspiration. Do you know when you like walk through like a high street and they have those blue plaques? I hope one day I have a blue plaque on my house.
Like an Ivan Novello.
Yes. Or a, can't remember his name. Terrible.
There's
He's
a
got
lot.
he's
Tom
got
Jones.
Has he got one? Probably not.
He's probably got more than
Ben Bowen, he's got one.
Ben Bow. Who's
Ben
that?
Bowen. From the Rhondda, one of the Welsh poets from the Rhondda, which is quite big, 'cause there's not many Welsh language poets from the Rhondda, so he's got his own up there.
It's the thing of as well, you know, there's that aim of getting 1 million Welsh speakers by 2050, but we need the people who are going to make us want to learn Welsh
Yeah.
and make Welsh cool. And I think I could definitely see you using your platform for that cause.
Well, every time like we have a consensus come out, I always tell people like, you know, when it comes to the question of like, do you speak Welsh? Even if you just know like the colours of the rainbow and how to count up to 10, you're speaking Welsh. So like it's, you know, put a tick in that box. It's like another thing I want to like abolish. Because someone said it to me recently and I felt so enraged. Can we get rid of this idea of first language and second language Welsh? We're Welsh speakers. No matter if you're learning, no matter if your parents don't speak it or if your parents do speak it, we are Welsh speakers. We need to get rid of the idea of like boxing ourselves into like our usage of the Welsh, because I feel like that scares people. Do you know what I mean?
It's the thing of like, wyt ti'n genhedlaeth gyntaf, are you first generation or are you know, is it in your family? And I think there's that hierarchy as well of Welshness and like
100%.
speaking Welsh correctly or incorrectly.
Yes. There's no correct or wrong way to speak Welsh, it's speaking Welsh.
Yeah.
It's like I don't feel like any other language in the world has this discourse over it, do you know what I mean, than Welsh. Which is like sad, because Welsh, unfortunately, is a language which in the past few years we've seen like it's decreased, but like I feel like it is increasing, but we just need to have a more positive look on it and just treat it as a normal language. It's like if I go somewhere and speak German, no one's going to correct me because they probably don't understand what I'm saying. But like, it's like, yeah, my German teacher, she would always say about how she would just go out to Germany and she would always like be nervous of like saying the right or wrong things, and one of her friends turned around to her and said, just speak German to me. I won't correct you, don't correct yourself, I still understand you. And do you know someone who inspires me these days? Alicia Scott. The way...
Oh my God, she's amazing.
She's amazing. The way that she speaks Welsh, even if she can't think of a word, she'll just say in English. She'll just keep going. She just keeps going, and just like, that's what we need to be like. Don't stop to think about the right word or stop to think about the mutation or the translation. Just say what comes out. And she does that perfectly. And she's been doing it for what? 4 years? She, like, even to me, being like, because there's the thing, I'm not trying to say first language Welsh speaker. It's like, for being like a Welsh speaker that I've spoken all my life, it inspires me to see how she just comes out and like says whatever comes out. I'm just like, yeah, that's the best way to be.
She's trying. She's
Yes.
making the effort. Fucking...
And people knock her down, and I've seen it, and I think it's disgusting, but she is doing better. She's doing more for language than the people that are commenting stuff online. Do you know what I mean? Do you think David Owen was commenting online? He didn't have phones around that time. He climbed up a mast or whatever they call that. You know,
the maypole mast.
pylon.
Pylon.
Yes.
Oh, was this back when they were doing the protests and the...
Got it. It's like, that's what Alicia's doing. She's climbing the pylon.
Yeah. Head above the parapet. You know, it's being the first, and we have to welcome that in a way that feels authentic, in a way that doesn't, you know, it's not, you know, queer washing Welsh language or whatever it is, or black washing, or however you want to say it. It's, we have to be able to expand the people who are speaking Welsh. Because at the moment, a lot of Welsh media is very white, it's very traddodiadol, very traditional, very...
Just samey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes.
people like you, people like Alicia, people like me, you know, we're making that difference. You know, I just did an amazing thing I filmed for Hanch. It was about Trans Day of Visibility.
Nice.
And like, for me, I was speaking Welsh in my own way. You know, I was doing my things. And I felt proud, like my confidence in it has grown, because again, it's that thing of not giving a fuck, you know, and the more you speak it, the more kind of inflow you get, and we're always learning, we're always growing, like Ivy, you know, see? It's all about growth. What sign do you think I am, by the way, if you had to guess? Come on, Psychic. Come on, Miss Pisces.
I can tell that you're an A sign.
Interesting.
Are you not?
I've got, my moon is air.
Okay.
And I've got quite a bit of air in my chart.
I'm terrible at guessing. Because I always associate star signs with people that I know. But then someone else comes into my life who's a different star sign and I'm just like, you are nothing like that person. Leo.
Yeah. See,
Get in.
you got it. Leo Sun, Leo Mercury. My rising is Sagittarius.
Ah!
My moon is Libra.
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 Which is
It's the balance, it's the diplomat. I can be a people pleaser. That's something that I have to get rid of. Libra's air.
There we go.
And they're very sensual and sexual. Apparently Libras are great in bed. So are Leos. And Scorpios as well.
And Pisces.
And Pisces. Well, have I had sex with the Pisces? I don't know if I have, you know. I don't know.
Well, never know.
It's time for everything.
I'm a Pisces. Now, I always get confusing. Is it... So my star sign is a Pisces. Is that a Pisces rising?
Sun.
A Pisces...
So you're a Pisces sun, and then you've got your moon, your rising, then you've got the rest of your chart. So all the planets. So the chart is going to be... Say your Venus is in whatever. That's the position Venus was in the time you were born.
I don't know all those. I've got an app that tells me, but I got to pay extra to find out.
No, you can do it. No, you don't need an app. You put it in. There's like Cafe Astrology. You go on Google, Cafe Astrology, text your mum, say, what time was I born? And then you get the time you were born, you get the where you were born, you put it through, and it will literally give you all the different placements.
I need to do that. Because all I know is the big three, which I feel like with my big three, it's very much like, yes, I see that.
Yeah.
My moon's a Taurus.
Okay.
Very that. And then, is it, so...
Being comfortable.
What's my Pisces now? So that's my sun, is it?
Pisces would be your sun, yeah.
So then my rising is Scorpio.
Scorpio rising.
Yes. Which I can see that.
Kinky. So, but you're very water, what's that, like water and earth, which is a lot more of that you do, I will say, you're very much, I don't think you're necessarily extroverted. You have this very magnetic quality, which is in the Scorpio and the Pisces. It was like kind of come to me.
Yeah.
But then I think you kind of, I've felt like you've gotten more comfortable the more we've spoken and the more we're on a level. But it's because you're an observer. That's a good way to be. I think more people need to observe. More people need to just kind of like,
I'm a people watcher.
not throw their whole weight at people. Because I used to do that, I think, where I would I just think, fuck it, let me just put all my cards on the table. And now I'm kind of more
Yeah, assess the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know what to bring forwards and what to kind of hold back. Because it's like, you're not ready.
Yeah, because I will say that I am very much the type of person of like, I'm different with everyone.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Which I've always been like, oh, terrible. Because when it comes to a point where like the two groups come together, I'm just like, whoa. But then I feel like there is that sort of like...
You're fluid.
Yeah, there's like a sort of safety thing behind it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like, oh, I'm not ready to give you that. I feel like, yeah, I'm a bit like that a little bit. Yeah.
Do you have a best friend?
A few.
A few?
Yes.
And do you feel as though with those best friends, they're kind of do you come to them for different things? Is it almost?
I would say with like, I can think of like max 3 best friends I've got, and I would say that with them 3, I'm the same with all 3 of them, because I feel like I'm most comfortable with them. Yes, I do go to like different ones for like different things. It's like if I need like relationship advice or like life advice, I'd go to Mel, or if I need advice on like drag or also relationship advice, I'd go to Polly. Who do I think my third was? Myself.
No, but seriously though, like it is cliche, but we have to be best friends to ourselves, and that is the ultimate thing. Is you're always gonna be with yourself.
Yes.
People come and go, and it doesn't mean we didn't love them. It doesn't mean we all have our own paths, but the one thing about that path is you're the constant. So you have to be comfortable with yourself, with being alone, with enjoying yourself and finding that enjoyment. And so many people don't have that. And it's like, I, for the longest time, did not have that. And I'm assuming you maybe for a time maybe didn't have that either.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that we can like sit here today and be like, you know what? Yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
I have that.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like there was like a part of my life, like I would say like such horrible stuff to myself. But like these days now, if I say something like, which is not encouraging, or if it's like something nasty about my parents or something, I would be like, would I say that to like a friend? Or like one thing which has like been like a big thing with me recently is like, obviously I've lost weight since the show. So it's just like, I watch myself in the show, and like for the first few episodes, I would like feel uncomfortable and just like think of like negative things about myself. But then I would be like, would I say that, if someone were to say that to me then, how would I react? I'm just like, I wouldn't like that. So I like try not to like talk negative about myself in that way. It's like these days now, I watch the series of Drag Race, and I look at that person, I'm just like, oh, I want to look after him, I want to protect him, do you know what I mean? Because I know what he was going through at that point, and I feel like I'm a bit stronger now where I can like look after him a bit more. Yeah. I'm very much like, I think I see 4 of myself now. Like, I see like a child version of myself, I'd say about 3. There's a child version and a teenage version, and then my version on Drag Race. I see like those 3 in my mind, and I feel like in certain situations, the way I would react, I always pinpoint it to one of those 3, if that makes sense.
And there's the you that's to come.
Yes.
The you who's already walked the path. But that version of you is available, and you can call on from the future to help you get there.
Yeah.
I've
never thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm here. I'm here. And if you need me, I'll be there for you. And you're doing that with who you were before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you right now is a future you from back then.
Yes. Yes.
And it's all you. Time is not linear.
No.
It's all the same. You know? This is fucking deep. But I love it. You know?
Yeah. Because I always feel like crazy, like think about these things, but it's like I haven't got the right person to like talk to about it. But it's like you've just like taken everything on and being like, yes. I'm just like, oh great, oh great.
You make it it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the slipping on the floor and the moments of joy, and it's like I do that with myself. I'm like dancing in my room. I'm like feeling my body. I'm doing things like I have little stims where I literally just take my fingers and I rub them between my hands. Or I'm just like feeling myself. I'm like, like giving myself little strokes or pats or whatever it is. Like I'm cuddling myself, like that kind of stuff. It's like, it makes me feel secure, and it makes me feel that sense of just like being present in my body.
Yes.
And because we can get overstimulated, and it's like the 5 things, like how do I get back here right now and just be like, no, like it's okay, like you're okay, you're safe, like look at where you are. Like,
Yes.
everything that's happened in your life has come to this point. And it's like, yeah, I'm so like, oh my God, like I'm feeling emotional because I'm like,
really?
yeah, like I'm really proud of you.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of myself. And I'm just so, this is what it's all about. It's about that love. It's about that positivity. So even if, you know, you're going through it, that's not all of it. You have to keep pushing through.
There's so much more.
The universe sees it, and it will reward you that you're keeping going, and you're here right now. You know,
Yeah.
the strong survive, and we are surviving, and we're
Exactly.
thriving. It's about, because I don't want to be in survival mode. I've been there, I've done that. Let's tell a new story. You know, and we're telling new stories, and it's just amazing to behold. And it's like, it just makes me feel so good seeing you thrive and seeing people that I know in the community who are thriving and are doing their shit. It's like, it gives me hope. It gives me fuel. I'm like, fuck yes.
Yes.
They're fucking achieving things, so I can too. You know, that is such a, I feel like I'm waffling.
No, it's good waffle.
It makes me
Tasty.
feel like so happy. Yeah, oh my God. I'm honestly like the most stable I've felt in ages. It's just like a really good feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like, yeah, I've had a life, but I'm here and I'm killing it.
Exactly, and you're still going.
Maybe
That's
TV.
what's important.
Thank you. We are.
I like you were an inspiration in yourself, like.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I wish I could see how much I do help people, and I am a source of strength for people.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
Because it's like when you were on about that video you done for Hansh the other day, it's just like, it's like that's so important, especially when it comes to like Welsh language media, to have like that representation, because we didn't get to see that as much when we were growing up. And if anything, we probably don't see as much of it these days. Like, unfortunately, in Welsh media, I will call this out, is that I feel like, you know, as queer people, we're probably only as important when it comes to like Trans Day and visibility, or like Queer History Month, or like, you know, especially when it comes to like Black History Month or stuff like that. Like, that's when those videos come out, but we need that, you know, 365. Do you know what I mean? But there is that sort of thing of like, you know, biting the hand that feeds you. Like, we are grateful that we do get to see these things, but, you know, like, it does have an effect. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with me. Like, I remember watching the first episode of me speaking Welsh, I'm just like, oh, cringy. And then just seeing people come up to me now and speak Welsh, I'm just like, that has meant something to someone. So, yeah, we mean something to, like, people, even if we don't see it, because I will put my hand up saying that, you know, I don't see it until it's shown to me. So, yeah.
Can I share with you a manifestation I have for you? Celebrity traitors.
I'd love to. I'd love to be a traitor.
I think it's going to happen.
I hope so.
Because they have drag on
The American one.
the American
Yes.
versions. I was surprised they didn't have a drag performer on Celebrity Traitors.
As did I. I thought Danny Beard could have got that. But we have to be grateful for Charlotte Church. And she's on the next episode of Drag Race. Yeah! Yeah!
I am manifesting Charlotte Church for this podcast.
Oh, this would be perfect for her. She loves this type of stuff.
I've got her number through someone I know.
That's the way.
So
Has she even got a phone?
I'll let them make the bridge and mediate it, and then...
Yeah, because I don't know if this is a rumour or not, but like... Well, I can't remember who I heard it off, but like, you can't get a hold of Charlotte Church because she hasn't got like a phone or an email or something, because she's very like that, like grounded, like spiritual and stuff like that. Or am I thinking of someone else? It's probably Dawn French.
Oh God, I've met Dawn French at my graduation ceremony. We didn't even touch, but she offered me a chocolate coin
Of course she did.
for
I love
graduating.
her.
Yeah,
I love Dawn French.
she was incredible.
I can imagine.
But it kind of got dulled by the fact that I was cramped in like a gampfa, which is like a gymnasium, and it was
Yes.
stuffy and warm for 3 hours of a graduation ceremony. It was disgusting. I've got a section, it's called Ripping Off That One Podcast That I Won't Name. Now, because I'm such a excellent, well-prepared podcaster who's very thorough and has an amazing attention to detail, usually I get each guest to ask a question to the next guest. I actually forgot to get a question from my last guest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I didn't do my due diligence. So I'm just gonna ask you to ask the next guest.
Okay. Do I know who the next guest is?
No.
Oh, okay.
Any question, something you want to ask them.
Oh, I always love this question. If you could, like, meet your younger self, what would you say to them? Yeah, because that's something I always think about.
What would you say to your younger self?
It gets better. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Mind you, I am that type of person of, like I said about how, like, you know, my life is already written out for me. I'm sort of like, oh, I can't go back and, like, tell myself it gets better because he has to go through those things I had to go through to make who I am now. But there is a little part of me just to be like, keep going, you got this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But you did.
Hey.
It's like, don't have any regrets.
Oh gosh, no. Everything happens for a reason. I have regrets, don't get me wrong, but without those regrets, I wouldn't have what I got now. Because every something is a lesson.
Every
There's a saying, isn't there?
mole has its hill, every dog has its day, every needle has its haystack.
Every French has its Saunders.
Every French has its Saunders. Do you have like a duo thing? Well, I guess you do. You do.
What do you mean, like a comedy partner type thing?
Yeah.
No, I'm very much a lone ranger.
You wouldn't do
I
like
would
a
work,
tour?
I would work with other people, but it's that thing of me comparing myself to like other people. I wouldn't like want to go on tour with someone else and like have them have more attention than me. I'm terrible for it. I'm a very jealous person.
Share the love.
I know. It's like, yeah. What about me?
You don't need to, but you don't need to compete.
No, I know. But unfortunately, that's the life I've put myself into. I am working on it because I spoke to my therapist the other day about, you know, jealousy, and he goes, that's something that you need to work on. I'm just like, no, fix me. And he goes, you need to find out why you are jealous and, like, you know, how to, like, get rid of it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, something to think of. So, yeah, I am doing that a bit more. And I've done that by deleting, because stupidly, when you're on Drag Race, there are these Instagram accounts that post your Instagram following and compare it to everyone else, and especially with, like, you know, how many badges you've got, who had the best outfits and stuff like that. They're all blocked because they don't help. So, yeah, but I also do a thing of, like, I like to uplift my sisters. It's like Pasty went to the Wicked premiere the other day and I was just like, I wanted to go, but I reposted her post because she looked amazing, and I'm very proud of my sister. So, yeah, doing a lot of that. Let's hope there's a third Wicked film so I can go to that one.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Another thing about manifesting is you have to, other people's success is your success.
Yes.
What's good for the goose?
It's a sign.
That's a sign. If Balaga, it's because the tape isn't stuck on properly.
Could be that.
But do you know what I mean? Like, what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. And that's how you have to look at it.
Work. It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for one is good for all.
Camp.
You know?
But that is true though, because it's like, especially like with all of us being in this like machine together, we all got to like uplift each other, because unfortunately a lot of the fans are not uplifting us. So we've got to all be there for each other. And also if Pedro Bones shares one of our posts, we're getting some likes on it.
They're not going to be at your funeral. They're not going to be there with all your loved ones.
True.
It's the thing of, for a lot of these girls, this is 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
It is. Not all of them. Some of them make something bigger than the show for themselves. I know you will. I have that feeling about you. It's just like, yeah, you're on that path.
Thank you.
Like, you don't need to compare at all, because you bring something that no one else does.
True. Diolch. Diolch yn fawr.
Like, legit though. You know, and I know, yeah, oh God. You're very lovable. You've got like a really, I don't
Catrin
know.
Feelings, what can I say?
Yeah, Catrin Feelings. Well, how did you come up with that name? Was there like, what was there?
I always wanted a pen, always wanted a Welsh name, and yeah, I think I've always loved the name Catrin. No, I wanted to name my daughter Gwenna. Yeah, always loved the name Catrin, and I remember listening to one of Little Mix's, because I'm a massive mixer, listened to one of their songs called Motivate, and it goes like, ooh la la, yeah, I'm catching feelings. I was just like, oh, sounds like just a sign.
This fucking thing. Do you know what? I'm just going to rip it off.
Just do it.
Right.
We get the gist. But yeah, I was just like, oh, sounds like they're saying Catrin Feelings. So yeah, and it just went from there. And then I always made a joke of like, oh, you know, the lads that I was in the DMs flirting with me, because around that time you'd always have like the chasers coming after you. So I was just like, oh, let's make it about that. And I always make jokes about it in my gigs. So yeah. And then around the time as well, I had like two people. No, I got with like two people through Catrin, and then we met like as boys, if that makes sense.
Did you have sex as Catrin?
No, couldn't think of anything worse.
Because some girls do.
Yeah, not me.
No.
No.
You take it all off when
It's
you're out
gotta.
of drag.
As soon as I finish a gig,
Because some girls aren't like that. They want to stay in
they
the
like
fantasy.
the fantasy.
You're not. Do you identify as a man? Or
Yes, but when I'm in drag, not that I identify as a woman, but I identify as a drag queen. Yeah, it's like, I'm very much like, Bones has this theory of like, you're either a Jason or a Justin. If you're a Jason, you feel the fantasy, you feel like you want to be like a woman when you're in drag. If you're a Justin, you're just in drag. Do you know what I mean? So, Bones told me recently that when I was on the show, I was a Justin, but these days now I'm more of a Jason. So I was just like, what the fuck
so
are you on about?
you want the fantasy?
Yes, but not the sex in drag. So I couldn't think of anything worse. But these days, it's like, especially like with my weight loss, I like to wear a bit more like skimpier, like skin-tight outfits, because I'd like to just like, you know, like, oh, that vibe of it all. And I feel like my makeup's a bit more prettier. So yeah, I'd say I'm more of a Jason these days instead of a Justin.
You're fluid.
Yes.
Fluid. What's fluid in Welsh? Hylif.
Llifog?
No, llifog.
Yeah.
Get that good llif.
Llifog.
IVTV.
Would you do the
No.
the gorsedd? No, you wouldn't do any of that.
Oh,
no, but this,
don't get me started. So, this year it was in Wrexham. Hated it. Last year it was in the Rhondda, in Pontypridd. I'm from the Rhondda. I thought this is my year. If there's any year that I want to be inducted into the Orsedd, it would be this year in Pontypridd. I missed the deadline. And I was just like, oh, but I'm from the area, I'd really like to do it. And they went, no, sorry, try next year. And I went, no, I'm not. Unless they come back to the Rhondda, I'm not going to try. Because, yeah. For ages, that was like my goal. But now I'm just like, I'm on Drag Race now.
so you'd rather win Drag Race than the gorsedd?
Yeah, because you get money from Drag Race, not the Orsedd. You just get a title and a sword. What do you get from the Orsedd? A sheet?
Custom-made throne.
I can... yeah, but I know, it was always like a dream to be in the Orsedd. And my name, I had two names in mind. It would either be Merch Becca, or Stanley Llwyd, because my middle name is Lloyd in Welsh is Llwyd, and Stanley was my granddad's name, who was the Welsh speaker in the family. So, yeah. So, Stanley Llwyd.
So you don't come from a completely Welsh-speaking family then?
No, my dad's father spoke Welsh, but that was around the time of the Welsh Not, so unfortunately that fizzled out. But yeah, no one else in the family speaks Welsh except for me, my sister, and my cousins. Mum speaks Welsh to a level of what she's got to teach in a meithrin, in a nursery. Dad knows mathematical terms in Welsh because he had to teach me math. So, yeah, that is it for the Welsh in my family.
Can I ask you, because you mentioned about you'd name your daughter Gwen. Do you
Yeah,
want kids?
Gwenna.
Gwenna. Do you want kids?
I don't know. There's a big part of me that wants to says no, but if I'm in a part of my life where I'm just like, I've completed everything now, I'd like to like settle down and start a family, then that's when I would do it. But I can't see myself doing it in the next decade.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
you're 27. You're
Yes.
like, you know.
And like I got friends who've got like a life, like a family and like house and all that. And I'm just like, that's what you want. That's not what I want. I still want to like do what I want to do before a little thing comes in and like steals my sleep away from me. But yeah. And I always hate when it comes up in conversation and when I get to someone, I'd be like, oh, would you say, do you want kids in the future? I'm like, in the future?
Yeah.
Not for a while. If anything, I think it shouldn't be a question you ask on the first couple of dates. However,
Okay.
I am the type of person where after the first date, I would go, that's my husband.
Oh, God, girl.
I'm terrible for it. And I always get
God.
upset every time it doesn't go wrong. And I'm just like, oh, my husband's divorced me. We didn't even get that far.
I've had to start really, like, I think with dating, have like clear boundaries, clear intentions. This is what. These are the things that I'm not going to negotiate on. It makes it so much easier when you have that. Like, one of my things was I don't really want a guy who's friends with his exes. That for me is like a bit of a red flag, because it's like, well, girl, like if you can't even compromise on that and are not willing to give up like someone that you text every now and again that you used to go out with, it's like, that's not a good pH test for our relationship.
I get you.
Because relationships should be compromise, you know? I'm not talking the whole Lily Allen situation, but having that kind of like honest, like, this is what I need from someone, that is so important. And like, yeah, the kids, I suppose for me, like I personally, I'm kind of the same as you. I'm open to it. I think I'd like to, I would adopt. But again, it's like bringing a child into this world, you know, you don't want that kid to be dragged up. You want them to be given a comfortable childhood, and you want them to have the very best. So it's taking on that responsibility and knowing that you're ready for it. And I think it's, the stars have to align.
100%.
You know.
And when it's right, it's right.
And I think you'd be an amazing parent, mama.
Okay.
Mama Roo.
Mama feelings.
Mama feeling. Yeah, what does Mama feelings? What does she smell? You said that she doesn't smell like anything.
Rue. I just can't remember. I think I have, when I get anxious, I get terrible at breathing. So I was probably just there like this for ages, like, not breathing. But no, because she would be on the other side of the table, so we wouldn't be able to be that close to smell her.
She'd be like there.
No, I'd say like where I am and where that plant is. I'd say that's how far we would be. Yeah, I'd be on the end of the table.
I love her laugh. Her laugh is infectious.
Especially when she laughs at your jokes. Yay.
Did you get that quite a lot?
A lot, which I would never expect it. For the first half, I'd be like, oh, she doesn't find me funny. And then we had that bit about Jaffa cakes, and I was just like, there we go, done, there we go, I can sleep rest. There we go.
Does she have favourites?
Don't think I could talk about that. But yes.
Why can't you talk about it?
NDA.
What about, okay.
Yeah, there's like a thing about like, yeah, we can't like conspiracize about production and like RuPaul's decisions and stuff like that. So, yes.
Are you happy that you're happy with the edit and you're happy with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at the beginning. I was a bit like, I knew going into it that they had to leave things out, and you know, we film an episode over 2 days, so obviously they had to cut it down to 1 hour. I understood that, but I have been upset at a few things where I'm just like, oh, I wish they kept that in, I wish they kept that in. But then watching Snatch Game the other night, I was just like, they kept in what I wanted them to keep in. Yeah. And I'm glad that I walked down the street and people shout, total eclipse at me. It's a dream come true.
Do they do the Untuckeds anymore, or no? They
yeah,
don't.
we do. But it's a part of the episode. So we have critiques, come off stage, and we go straight into Untucked. We talk for a little bit, then girls go and practice their lip syncs, they're doing deliberations, then we come back out. Yeah.
What's one song that you're like, this would be a lip sync I would kill?
Oh, it'll have to be a step song.
Steps?
One of the step songs. Have they had a step song on there yet? I can't remember. But I would love to do a lip sync.
It's Tragedy Steps.
Tragedy? Yeah, it is. Maybe The Way You Make Me Feel. That's one of my faves. Or Here and Now. Here and Now.
You're too far gone for me. Like, I'm not there.
I love snaps. I'm obsessed with Steps. One of my favourite things, which I would love to tell my child, is that you've got H from Steps' phone number on your phone and he texts you. Like, that is crazy.
You have his phone number?
Yeah, but this was before Drag Race. Like, we met before Drag Race in a drag oil. And, yeah, we, like, spoke ever since then. And I have to, like, keep calm. Because it's H from Steps.
Is he single or?
No, I think he's with someone. Yeah.
Maybe they've got an arrangement.
But he's a daddy, though, so...
Let me look him up. I need to see what he looks like. H from Steps.
But no, he's lovely as well,
Okay.
and... Yeah. But no, it's just crazy for me to be like...
Tom Hope.
Yes, that's
Oh,
right.
so he's a member of the community.
H? Oh, God, gay Campus Christmas.
I don't know anything.
What?
I'm honestly so...
Will do. That's good.
I'm your age. I'm younger than you, though.
I was going to say, why do I think you were younger? Yeah, because I was going to say, is you before you were 10, but I don't want to say that.
It's not. 98. You're
I
98.
am 98, yes.
Yeah.
Camp.
The year of
The...
SpongeBob. Was SpongeBob a thing?
Probably.
I think it was.
10 years before, or 10 years after Taylor Swift.
God, don't get me started on Taylor Swift. We've already had that. I've
I
yet
know,
to
I
have
don't.
my debate with Polly. That is coming up soon.
Just know it's going to be a never-ending... No, I think, like, Polly is quite open to it, and if anything, we're going to speak about the way Taylor is these days, and we're a bit...
Oh,
Like,
Polly's very open. She's a very open woman.
she's polyamorous.
Yeah,
Hey.
exactly. How can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook at Catrin Feelings. I'm also on Cameo. I've also got merch on youbettermerch.com or .co.uk, I'm not quite sure. YouBetterMerch, Google it, it'll be there. What else can they find me on? RuPaul's Drag Race UK every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on BBC iPlayer and 9 o'clock on BBC Three. Yeah, and other things we get to look forward to, which I can't talk about just yet.
She wins. She wins the show.
NDA.
I mean, I can say that. I can say that you win.
But we actually don't know who wins yet because we filmed 2 crown-ins.
So you could win.
Could do. Dod ar goron o Gymru.
Thank you so much, Catrin Feelings, for being on this episode of IVTV. You can stay tuned for RuPaul's Drag Race UK to see how things fare for Catrin. We're wishing her all the best from here in Cardiff and across Wales. We love you, Catrin. Thank you. Diolch.
Diolch yn fawr.
This has been
IVTV. IVTV.